calm down. That was, I think, universally recognized as an abomination. My favorite thing to do is to go on eBay and like purposely seek out really decrepit looking Garfield plushes. These were so popular that people would literally break into vehicles and steal them. The craftsmanship is not lazy. I paid $1 for this bad boy. It's like uncomfortable, but in a way that like I can't look away from. And then in 2022, in preparation for the new movie, honestly, and the fact that Nickelodeon now owns Garfield, they came out with this. Hello, welcome to my basement. Welcome to my collection. I am so excited to talk about this. I have been wanting to do this video for a very long time, and I just haven't gotten around to it. I've made every excuse in the world because like, oh, I don't have the right lighting, or like, you know, oh, it's not gonna be perfect. It's probably not gonna look perfect. How it is right now, I don't know. I tried with the lighting, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But I just really wanted to talk about this because I've had it in my mind so long, and as you can see, I have a Garfield collection here, and I started collecting Garfield things in 2022. I've always really liked Garfield. I think Quinton Reviews said it best when he kind of described Garfield as kind of being like Sonic the Hedgehog and Shrek, whereas like it's kind of just a big joke. Like no one really likes it unironically. Like it's kind of just something that people make fun of because it's cringy or like weird or like stupid or not funny. But then a reboot comes out and then everyone really likes it again. Very similar to Sonic the Hedgehog. And I will say I am so excited to be alive in the time that I am alive in currently, in this current timeline. It's fantastic. And what I mean by that is there are so many things from my childhood that I have grown up with loving so much that are now being like rebranded and repackaged and rebooted and just put out into the world again for an entirely new audience to enjoy. And I think that's so beautiful. I feel so lucky to like exist in this current plane. But for example, Sonic the Hedgehog is a really good example because I grew up loving Sonic the Hedgehog. I played all the games. I was really obsessed with it. I watched Sonic X, which who has watched Sonic X unironically? I don't know, but I was one of them. And then in 2020, the Sonic the Hedgehog movie came out, and with it, a ton of merchandise that is actually pretty good merchandise. And so I spent my whole childhood loving this thing and just playing the games and wanting toys. And now as an adult with adult money, I have the privilege and honor to go to my Target and see all of these Sonic the Hedgehog toys that I would have loved as a child. It's so cool to me. It feels weirdly like full circle. I don't know, I'm probably like severely overthinking that, but with Garfield is very similar. So I grew up reading the Garfield comics, watching, you know, the adventures of Garfield and friends, and the specials and everything like that. And I didn't really know about the merchandise as a kid, but as an adult, seeing the vast world of Garfield merchandise is so crazy. I just thought it was so fascinating. And on that note, I do think that, you know, when companies market with nostalgia and they profit off of our nostalgia, it can go negative because that's how we end up with things like Pixels, the movie with Adam Sandler. And I wasn't even the target demographic for that movie, and I can recognize that was bad. That was like a lazy, like, let's slap all these arcade characters together because, hey, you remember that, right? No, like that was just, I like hurt for that demographic because that was, I think, universally recognized as an abomination. So it can, you know, it can skew bad, but I will say, I think that when a company or a studio or a director really shows care and love and appreciation and respect for whatever franchise they're trying to reboot, I think that can be a really beautiful thing. And like, Going back to the Sonic the Hedgehog movie, for example, that first design was absolutely terrible. But the fact that they recognized it and like listened, and then they crafted an entirely new design, that was a fantastic movie. That movie was so successful for a reboot. And I love that. I love that they showed so much attention to detail and like really showed that they loved and cared about it. And I can only hope that that will be the same for the new Garfield movie that is gracing our presence in the year of our Lord 2024. I'm not excited about Chris Pratt being the voice of Garfield. I'm just gonna say it. I know I'm not alone. You know, it's like Chris Pratt's and everything, oh my gosh. And like, I like a good crispy, deep Garfield voice. Like, I want him to sound like an old man. Like, Bill Murray was great. The guy who did it in the cartoon, whose name is failing me right now, wonderful. That is what I want. Chris Pratt just kind of sounds like Chris Pratt. I hope I'm wrong. I don't want to get too cynical yet. Excuse me. Hopefully it's good. I'm honestly really excited about it. The trailer made me cry. I was watching the trailer and the little baby Garfield. Oh, I was done. I was like, okay, I didn't want to cry right now, but here it is. Anyway, I would like to show my Garfield collection and kind of go through each plush. I would like to split these up into 3 different categories. So this first one is going to be a bit of a long one. It's just going to focus on my plushes. And then we're going to graduate from that to clothing and like houseware materials like teapots, telephones, things like that. Hopefully this will be somewhat coherent. I don't have a lot of faith in myself or my abilities right now. Hopefully I actually recorded myself this time, because I already did this intro and I wasn't even recording with my microphone. So we're just gonna try. We're just gonna try it. I don't know. Bear with me, everyone. I will say the main appeal for me for Garfield merchandise is that it's so strange. Like, it's just very weird. Like, some of these pieces are really cute and like functional, but the main appeal for me is just like how cursed some of them look. Like, there's this one statue of Arlene that says "nurses call the shots," and I want to get it so bad because she just looks absolutely lobotomized. Like, her eyes, her pupils are just like in 2 different directions. Paint job's very weird. It looks kind of like kitschy and like grandma aesthetic, but in the best way possible, because that is kind of the aesthetic that I veer towards personally. So I love it. I think it's great. I will start with my first Garfield plush in this current era that I have bought. And this one is the first one. Oh, look how sweet. He's a little chonker. He's really cute. I love when they have the little plastic eyes and the plastic nose. Anyways, this one I got from Etsy. He was $28.20, which probably sounds like a lot for this size. But you know, you really have to learn like when you're being like taken and when you're getting a good deal, you know? So I think like if I ran across this now, I probably might not pay that much. But there are a lot of places that I've looked. I've looked on Etsy, Mercari, eBay, or the main 3. Etsy was a big discovery for me because I didn't know that you could get plushes off of Etsy, but you really can. It's great. So he's a little like, you know, he's a smaller boy, but we still love him. The coloring is fantastic, very vibrant. And this was 1981 was when this was created. What do we got next here? This one. And he has a little like magician hat with a little bunny poking out of it. And honestly, one of the things that I love about Garfield and all of these plushes is that they all have like a weird little like aspect to them. It's almost like they're all in different costumes. They all have different little like purposes. And they really got creative, frankly. I mean, I don't think Garfield has ever been a magician, but like randomly they just came up with this. So the hat is like stitched together with his hands, and he looks really similar to the last one that we showed, but his eyes are open. There's a little bunny coming out. This one I got from eBay for $24. Still not like a huge size, but I just liked it and I thought it was in really good condition. And another thing that I will say, my favorite thing to do is to go on eBay and like purposely seek out really decrepit looking Garfield plushes. Like plushes that just look like they have seen the wrath of God. Like, they have been through the trauma and you can like tell. Like, I just love that because I'm like, wow, it's crusty and it's vintage, and why do I like want it? You know, like there's something about it that just pulls me in. I don't know what. And like some of them, like the coloring is really bad, the stripes are gone, the eyes are like peeling off, but I just like, part of me just wants to like just buy it and snatch it up.
You what?
But anyways, aside from him, we have the Dracula Odie. This is really cool. Honestly, I thought this was fantastic because I feel like Odie is just slept on in the plush world. Like, nobody really has a lot of Odie plushes. Obviously it's all Garfield, but this was a really cool creative one that I thought. And like the eyes are made of this like felt material, really good coloring, like really good condition, honestly. He's got little fangs and the tongue is made of this like satin material.
I like the sound of that.
And he's got this nice cape that goes all the way around. It's got these little edges. And he does have the tag, which is very cool. And he's got like little stitching on his feet. His feet are very like well filled too, I will say. I feel like I'm on like a dog show where I'm like, oh yes, the body is very well put together. And they're just like holding these like animals in these weird ways.
Great depth of chest, short, heavy bone legs.
He's got his little hair on the back, very cute. But yeah, I just thought this was like a really fun little listing that I found. He also has a little bone necklace and a purple vest underneath. So like the detail is incredible. Oh my gosh, I was like blown away by this one. And the ears just like stand up so perfectly. Very, very good find. This one came from Mercari and it was $17, which was honestly a really good price for how rare I feel like I never see this on any listings. So I really feel like I got a good deal for this because I could see this going a lot on eBay. And also he does have his tail. They did not forget a thing about him. This next section I'm really excited about. And I'm just gonna tell you right now, Quinton Reviews, he's one of my favorite YouTubers ever. He already did make this point. So I just don't want anyone to think that I'm copying him or stealing from him. I thought this was so smart and such an interesting concept. And I have the same appreciation that he does for this cycle happening. It's so crazy. So let me explain. This is 1981. This came out in 1981, okay? And then in 2022, in preparation for the new movie, honestly, and the fact that Nickelodeon now owns Garfield, they came out with this. Are you kidding me? The fact that I have, and this is something that Quinton Reviews also brought up, which I fully agree, the fact that you have these two things, these two plushes that look exactly the same in an entirely different like generation, time period, what have you, this is just so beautiful to me. They're so cool. The fact that they like recognized a classic and then they brought it back in a new form of a plush, that's just so, so cool to me. I just love that. And I love that there's like a new generation of Garfield fans that can enjoy this as well as like the old crusties, you know, as, you know, affectionately as I can possibly put that. He's got those toes. He's got the tail that curls around. And then this other one also have closed eyes and virtually the same. Doesn't have a headband, but like, I'm not gonna be picky. The fact that they recreated it is amazing. It's a beautiful thing. The circle of life is upon us. Honestly, the fact that we can have both of these in the same timeline, in the same simulation, it's incredible. I am going to be forever grateful for these. Like, it's just the fact that
Incredible, amazing, show-stopping, spectacular, never the same.
I'm gonna shut up about it before I continue to like derail this entire point, but like, it's just incredible to me. I don't know, I love that this exists. I love that we can have both of them from 1981 to 2022. The fact that they recognize that and that they even created this, very smart move. I approve. It's fantastic. Okay, this is gonna be a fun one because this one has a story. This one, I was very, very excited to find this one. I'm not even gonna lie. So back in approximately the 1980s, Jim Davis was making Garfield merchandise and slapping Garfield's image on every household item. I kid you not. They really pumped out merchandise for this entire franchise. It's honestly one of the funniest things I've ever encountered or learned about, because it's just everywhere. And it's so funny how like just slap it on everything. Teapots, dish towels, like just curtains, everything. So originally this plush was going to be something that you could hang on your curtain, and it would have like little Velcro straps on its paws where you could just like hang it on fabric. But there was a malfunction or an error in the design process, and they came out with suction cups instead. And he ended up releasing them anyways, and people stuck them on their car windows. And I kid you not, it has been recorded that these were so popular that people would literally break into vehicles and steal them and leave behind like money and purses and valuables because all they wanted was this. I just cannot even fathom that, and I think that is the funniest thing that I've ever heard. All of that chaos caused by this little guy. But yeah, I found this one on Mercari, and it was $30. Honestly, not a bad price, because I will say it is very hard to find like these authentic suction cup ones with all of the suction cups still attached and in good condition. Like you might find one in okay condition, but it's like missing 2 suction cups or something. This one does have all of its suction cups, and I'm not gonna lie, it's not the best condition, but like when I got it, the teeth were like really, really clean and the eyes were perfect. Like, and listen, if you wanna go take a look, it's hard to find a good one. But it does have the back little button. It says stuck on you, very cute. And I did hang this in my window for a good little brief amount of time, but then I got too nervous that it would get like messed up or something in my car. My car is very messy. So I decided to keep him down here for safekeeping. Gosh, so cute, just so sweet. What a like funny, weird thing that this even exists. I continue to be blown away by it, I'll just say that.
Totally unique, completely not ever been done before.
This guy, oh my gosh, look at him. Honestly, the creativity is off the charts. I'm sorry, I know I'm probably coming across very easily amused and like easy to please, but I'm not gonna even deny it. The craftsmanship is incredible. Like the fisherman's hat material is like this nice, like vinyl, crispy, like crackly, like it's so cool. And it looks like he has a little mustache. And I don't know if they did that on purpose, but I'm with it, you know, I like it. And it's just really giving The Lighthouse with Winslow, with Willem Dafoe and Robert, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Anyways, I love this guy. It has a little fisherman's pole. It has a little like shark attached to it with a fisherman, or like fishing line. Are you kidding me? It's so incredible. I really love this one. Also, if you look, his little like wetsuit is also the same material as his little fisherman hat. So it's like this nice little like vinyl material. But yeah, very incredible. Nice plastic eyes, very clean look. Really love it. Love this. The fact that this is on there is great. It's really hard to find ones that have all of the accessories attached and like working and everything, because some of the listings have this, but like there's no fish attached to it, etc. You know what I mean? This one, oh my gosh, this one's incredible. So this says diagnosis lovesick, prescription you. I mean, how can you not love it? It's so sweet. He has like a little 1950s ice pack on his head that's like actually squishy and made of like real cloth. And it has the tag, and it has a little thermometer, like a glass plastic thermometer, but they really made that look like a thermometer. I'm very impressed with that. And you know, they have the little prescription card. It's like made of a cardboard material. Just so sweet and so precious. Also, I really appreciate how the craftsmanship is not lazy. Like they could have just like sewn in the little ice pack on his head, but he still has his ears. And the ice pack like goes over top of him, so he's still like a full plush even outside of the ice pack, which I really like. Stripes are good, clean, nice vibrant color. I just love this one. I think this was $16 on Mercari actually. Really good find. I was really impressed. And the ice pack isn't like cracked or anything. I see a lot of that too in listings like these where it's like the wear and tear can be really a lot sometimes, which you kind of have to forgive if you're really looking for something really special. It's just something that happens, but I think this one has held up really well. So I'm really impressed with him. Nice little Valentine's Day one. So this one is Garfield in a bear costume. I don't really know, or is it a wolf? It kind of looks like a wolf. I don't really know what this is in reference to, so if somebody out there knows, please enlighten me. I would love to know, because I know that there's also a plush of another character that isn't Garfield related that is eating the Garfield plush that exists somewhere. I'll throw up a picture of what I've seen and what I'm talking about. I don't know if this is from that, but it could be, but regardless, it's still so cute. It's Garfield in like a little bear costume or a little wolf costume. The little muzzle on the mask that he has in his hands is like an actual plastic nose. The teeth are like this really nice, high quality plush teeth. It has little claws. Like, do you know what I'm talking about? Like with the detail and the craziness. How did they even think of this? You know what I mean? It's just, I don't know. It's incredible. And I love the displeased look on his face as well, because I think we can all relate to this at some point in our lives where we just have to like put on a mask and do something that we don't want to do. I don't know. Maybe I'm turning this into like a therapy session when it should not be. This one, oh my gosh, it's so sweet and so cute. I mean, come on. It's a little baby Garfield and it's pink and it has a lace bonnet and like an actual binky. Are you kidding me? This is like a functioning, how did they think of this? It's crazy. I'm not gonna lie, not my proudest purchase because I paid $109 for this bad boy on Etsy. And if I had known that this is not as rare as it was advertised as, which, I mean, I know technically they're all gonna be rare, right? But I found several other of these amongst eBay, Mercari, etc. for a lot less money, like a lot less money. So I really was sucked in by the whole like FOMO of this. Not my proudest purchase. Do your research, really, really look, figure out like if you can get it for a better price. But nonetheless, very, very cute. We have like a little diaper with like little teddy bears printed on it, and it has a little bow, and it does have the tag. So like that is nice. And the bonnet isn't like smashed over its face. I know in a lot of listings they can be kind of like the bonnet's a little like soggen or it's like smashed over the face. So it's really nice and clean and round. Tail goes over the back, really nice. And like the binky is just so sweet. It's like this like rubbery material. And the fact that you can actually like put it in and like it's an accessory is really cool to me. But yeah, they also made different colors of these too. I believe blue and yellow. So if you're into that, highly recommend. Okay, so our next one is this little like chunky standing Garfield. This is a really interesting position for Garfield to be in, I think, because you don't really see a lot of plushes that are like he's on all fours like an actual cat is. Oh, like mine right now. Hi, sweetie. We have this standing one. His eyes are half closed. He's got nice pointy ears. His feet are very large. Like, okay. I guess there's duct tape, sorry. His feet are very large for his like size. And dude, when I say the detail, I mean, let's just reel it in because look at this. He has an actual like thigh, like bulge, but there's his like ridge right there. There's an actual like filled in ridge, and he has a back fat roll. I'm not exaggerating. It like, you can see it. It's like a roll of fat on his little back. It's so funny to me that they even put that in there. Like they did not have to do that, but they really just accentuated his curves by putting a little fat roll. I just thought that was the funniest thing. But the facial expression is very great. Very nice, big, flat face. But yeah, it's kind of a nice size too. I really like it, and it does stand, which is cool. Hello, and welcome back. Sorry for the weird outfit change. This is me from the future. Okay, so let me just tell you what happened. I realized that About halfway through recording one of my little increments, my camera shut off for some reason. The audio saved, but the video did not, so I'm just gonna reshoot that portion of the video. There was about 5 plushes that unfortunately did not make it and did not survive the video. So I'm going to showcase them to you here and just edit that in later. Again, so sorry, this is weird. We're gonna try to just like get through it and it'll be fine. So I think where I had left off previously, there is this one. Now this one is really interesting. I don't really see this a lot and this did really excite me. So if you look, his ears are actually like pinned back against his head with this one. Very cool detail. I don't really see that at all in a lot of Garfield plushes, so I just feel like that's kind of rare, kind of fun. And he's also growling with his teeth right here, if you can see that. And it looks like he's just pouncing on something. And very small plush, but like, I just thought it was really cool, and I don't really see those details very much. And another weird thing about this is it has like a weird underside material to it where you put your like hand, there's like a Velcro pouch back here, and you put your hand inside and like you can kind of wear it as like a little puppet thing. I don't know if this is even what this is like used for, but I thought it was interesting because like what other purpose would this serve? Sorry, this is like, that's a little weird, but
Hello, operator?
you know what I mean? Like why else would this even be here if like your hand isn't meant to go in? I don't know. I feel like it's just strange, but either way, I liked the detail. I thought it was cool. The next one is a doozy. Trust me when I say, okay, where do I even begin with this one? So first of all, we have Garfield Standing. This is a little bit similar to the other Standing one that I showed, except this one, he's in like a weird little like pajama onesie, and he has slippers of his own face. What in the world? I don't know. This one really like took me out when I saw it. I was like, I have to get this. I just have to. First of all, look at the little collar. Like how cute is that? Oh my gosh, I wish I looked this good in a collar. Like I love a good collared shirt, but like I don't look like this. His face, it just really takes me out. Like he just looks absolutely lobotomized in every single foot. I mean, like look at those dogs, man. Like every single foot has his face on it. And not only that, but like each little Garfield head on each little foot has the little like stringy like whisker things on each ear. Like these, except on each face on his foot. I just can't. I mean, the attention to detail is fantastic for one thing, but on another level, I'm like, why? Like, why would you make something like this? I don't know. I liked this one because it was in really, really good condition, but there are some out there that are just in absolutely horrible condition. And that just makes it so much funnier to me because this is a little bit creepy in my opinion. I don't know, there's just something very off-putting about this. And I don't know exactly why. Like I can't really put my finger on it, but I think you know what I mean. Just by looking at this. I really like it, but it's just a little bit bizarre. I'm not gonna lie, it's a little bizarre. And like this is already, like Garfield in a big pajama suit is already kind of like off-putting. But the real kicker, does anybody even still say kicker? Am I 80 years old? Jeez. It was $40 on Etsy. $40 is a lot, but like, I just couldn't resist. I mean, I really don't know what you want me to say. I couldn't resist it. I had to get this one just because it's really strange and a little bit uncomfortable. And I feel like each one of these faces are just watching me.
They're watching us.
Like, I just don't know. It's like uncomfortable, but in a way that like I can't look away from. So in the same vein, we have the Christmas slipper Garfield. I mean, okay, I'm just gonna say, this one is a little bit more like, of a relief compared to like the last one, just because the slippers on this one are Santa Claus and not just this. You know, I feel like that was a little bit abrasive before. But yeah, he just has little Santa Claus faces on his little feet. And they all are like each like slipper face on both of these things, very like firm, very hard, very much not going anywhere. But pretty much the same exact like design. Like he has a collared shirt in this one too for his little pajama shirt. They're very similar. I mean, like they're super, super similar. This is like a Honda Civic 2006. This is a Honda Civic 2008, you know, like just very similar, like basically just the same thing in different fonts, except this little Christmas one. And I love how they made one specifically for Christmas. Like maybe they realized this one was a little too much. And they wanted to make this one as like a smooth everything over, like, okay, palette cleanser. They took the time to put a little face on each little foot, and the attention to detail is great. I feel like this one is the more common one for some reason, but this one is like, oh boy, you know? This one, I just feel like this one is rare and weird. I don't know, I could be wrong, there could be a billion of them, but something about this just, I don't know if it's haunted or what, but like I really get weird feelings from this one. I don't know why. It's just a little bit uncanny. The face feet like staring at me in every direction. I don't know. You know what? Who knows? Maybe I'm just being weird about it. And now this one is a special one. So this one is actually from the Netherlands because I found this on Etsy and I specifically remembered, I was like, wow, that's like a strange, like the Netherlands, interesting. Because usually, you know, I feel like a lot of my stuff that I order just happens to be in the US, but this one specifically was from the Netherlands. And it had like the currency thing next to it where it would be like the conversion from, I'm blanking, whatever currency they use in the Netherlands to United States dollars and everything. So I think I got this for about 35 US dollars. And I just thought it was so interesting. You don't really see plushes of Garfield with Pooky like this. I feel like they're kind of on the rare side. And particularly with Pooky in this one, I think it's really cool because his ears are just so like fluffy and like they have this really fine, like long-haired material, like specifically at the ears, and the face is just so cute. And his expression is just so sweet. I really like his big smile as he's holding his like favorite little toy. It's just so cute.
It's too cute! It's disgusting!
And like very well constructed with the stripes and everything on here. Really good condition, honestly. It's like nice and firm and like vibrant and everything. I think, yeah, this one, I was just like really shocked at how rare it was. And I was like, I've never seen that before. And I still feel like I don't really see this one very often. So I'm not sure where it was like, you know, manufactured. It maybe it was just a different one, but very cool. Love it. All right. And this last one, I actually had to go out to my car to get because I had him hanging on my window in my car, just like the Lord intended. Yes. So, this one is a 2022 release by Kid Robot. It's Garfield, but he's specifically in a tiger suit. Now, this is because I think 2022 was the year of the tiger. I think in like the astrology, like zodiac chart, I'm not big into astrology, and I 100% don't know what I'm talking about when it comes to astrology, but I think this was because of the year of the tiger. If I have that wrong, I'm sorry. But yeah, it's really cute. It's Garfield in a little tiger like onesie with a hood on it, and you can actually take it off, and it has his little ears underneath and his full head, and you can like just wear it as a hoodie, or you can just put it right back on. And I just thought that was so cute and sweet. And yeah, it's got the Nickelodeon sticker there, or it's got the Nickelodeon licensing on the tag there. And yeah, it also says designed with luck. I never realized that before. But yeah, I actually do keep this hanging on my car window because because I do really enjoy the suction cups. These suction cups are fully like attachable, everything like that. They're really great. And I do just feel better about having this one up in my window because it is newer and like I'm not as worried about it getting like dirty or anything. Not that I don't think it's special. Obviously I don't want to get this dirty at all, but I just feel weird about like hanging up the OG suction cup one because I'm a very messy person and I am not about to let an OG Garfield plush from the 80s get frosty on it from Wendy's because I was an idiot and I missed the cup holder or something. You know, I'm very messy. So, but luckily this one is in good condition. I have not messed it up or anything. It's in very good condition as it should be. But yes, very cool plush with the ears, nice velvety material, just so cool. Like, I really appreciate this. All right, so that is all of my Garfield plushes today. Honestly, it feels so good sharing them. I know that like nobody might even watch this or care about this, and that's fine. But I kind of just wanted to make this video for myself, just to kind of document all of it. This is kind of the content that I really enjoy watching. So, you know, if somebody enjoys it, that's cool, but like if not, there's no pressure. It's just something that I wanted to try out, especially in preparation for the movie that's coming out. I'm so excited. Also, I do want to say that I have ordered a Garfield pillow pet. Pillow Pet made a Garfield specific pillow pet. I'm so excited. You have no idea. I'm like bursting at the seams. It is going to supposedly arrive in June. I pre-ordered it back in like, oh gosh, like January. Like it was so early. So when that comes, if anyone cares, I will keep you in the loop. But yeah, thank you so much for watching if you actually did watch this. But I just really enjoyed talking about it. I really love these plushes and I really like this whole collection. And just Garfield in general. Garfield is such a weird, like nuanced franchise, especially culturally, like on the internet. Don't even get me started on the I'm Sorry John subreddit. Like that's crazy. The fact that that exists is so crazy to me. But not only that, but the fact that a little cartoon cat in 1980s comic strips has somehow made its way into that in 2024, like it blows me away. I think it's great. I think it's awesome. That's the thing that like mostly fascinates me about this whole thing is just the history behind all of it. Like the weird suction cup plush thing, like the fact that people were stealing them in the 80s is just so crazy to me. And just wait till I get to the Garfield phone because, oh my gosh, I could like write my own, like I could do like an hour-long monologue on that Garfield phone by itself with the amount of lore that there is to it. I'm sure everybody knows about it already, but I had a lot of fun. So thank you so much if you stuck around. I don't know how to end this. How do I end this? This is so crazy and weird. I don't do this a lot. Regardless, I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for coming to my basement. And maybe I will see you next time. And hopefully the movie will be wonderful when it comes out. And hopefully when I get my pillow pet, we will talk again. All right, bye.